When I want to create something that sounds a little bit different, one of the things I like to do is to change the way I play the scale, change the way I play the arpeggio or the pattern that I'm working on. So I thought I'd demonstrate it this week with what I call my extended pentatonic scale shapes. I've not spoken about these for a while, so what I'll do first is I'll demonstrate what I mean by an extended pentatonic scale shape. And then we'll talk about a couple of licks and things that you can do when you're playing over these. Now, I've created a PDF to go with this as well. It's really simple, but all I've done there is just worked out all of the 5 positions and show you how to finger each one of these. It's free to download. I'll put a link in the description, so just help yourself to that. But let's play through a couple of these positions just so you can see what's going on. Okay, so what we do is we take a standard pentatonic scale. So that's my scale up on the 12th fret in E minor. And what we do with the first string is we just stretch out for that extra note, so we're playing 3 notes on the top E. And then on the B string, instead of playing 2 notes, we just play 1, and then we play 2 notes on the G. Yeah, so we've got 3 notes, 1, 3 notes. And we do exactly the same thing on the D string, so we've got 3 notes, 1, and then we stretch out on the A string, and then we finish it off. So we've got the shape which has 3 notes, 1, 3 notes, 1, 3 notes, and then 2 to finish off the shape. Yeah? So that's the first position, but you can do this with every position going up the neck. So the next position below would look like this. And above. And obviously the other 2 as well. And I've drawn all of these out and put them in the PDF, so I'm not going to labour on this too much, but that's pretty much how you create the shapes. Okay, so the first exercise then, we're just going to play across the top 3 strings. So all we're going to do is start on the E string and just hammer on and pull off. And then rake from the B string to the G string. And then pull off and hammer on the G string. And then rake back up. So you're playing 2 notes in a rake and then hammering on. Okay, and you can do exactly the same thing between the G string and the A string. And then you can join them all up. Yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so once you've got that moving, what's really useful is to not have to play all 3 notes on these 3 note strings all the time. It's nice to stop on the other notes on the string. So what I do is take that same idea and then I start to remove one of the notes. So and then just down to 1 note. And exactly the same thing, you can do this on the lower string as well, so 3 notes. And then see if you can go down to 2. And then down to 1. Okay, so now we're starting to move around the scale a little bit more. Next thing to do is to start to reset the lines. Instead of just keeping them flowing like that, just try playing a descending, what is that, 7 notes. then see if you can do that ascending as well. So that's one exercise that I'd do. The other thing I'd do is just start playing around with groups of 4 or 3 or 5. And just see if you can make your way across the neck, just like that, just playing these. And again, you want to work across all the positions. Okay, so the next thing I like to do, and I'd normally do this with the metronome, is just set it with a steady pulse and then just kind of freestyle over the shape. And just keep that going, just see if we can keep that going for say 5 or 10 minutes. And start to look for where you get stuck, where you get caught up in yourself, and that gives you some idea about where you need to start practicing next. So hopefully you can see it's a great pattern if you want to create these really kind of flowing liquid ideas that fly around the neck. It's really fun for that. Don't forget to explore the other positions as well. I was just focusing on the first position here. But you'll find each position has its own unique sound, so it is really worth spending a little time in each one and just seeing what kinds of ideas you can build out of them. So I find this great fun. Another idea actually, if you're looking for something new, a different way of playing some of the standard shapes, is to check my video out on 3 notes per string blues scales. That's really quite fun, and again it's another big stretchy scale that have you flying around the neck, so I love that one. If you're new to the channel and you want to explore more tips and ideas, get into more theory and practical exercises on the guitar, then consider subscribing or even consider supporting me on Patreon. Otherwise, we'll chat next time. Goodbye.